Hello everyone, this is Shelman. I was going to read another poem from my Navy days. This one's called The Sailor and the Mermaid. Alrighty. While I was underway during a 6-month deployment, the ship merely went in circles, sometimes squares, for our mission was to protect foreign offshore oil rigs, so the ship had fulfilled its mission. One day we saw what appeared to be dolphins from afar. When we got a closer look at what appeared as dolphins, we realized they weren't dolphins. They all had the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a fish. I had never in my life seen a school of mermaids before. The ship's crew all gathered together on the flight deck to watch these amazing creatures doing flips and playing their all sorts of entertaining games. The captain of our ship set the anchor detail and anchored the ship. The ship was less than a mile away from the school of mermaids, so the captain allowed anyone who wanted to jump in and greet these creatures. A few buddies and myself all stripped out of our coveralls and put on our swim trunks. We all swam to greet the mermaids. When we arrived there, we all enjoyed the intensified beauty of these mermaids. I, as well as my buddies, were all shocked to see that these mermaids all wore seashells over their breasts. I had always thought mer people were only legendary creatures, or merely made-up ones. Who would ever think that mermaids know about being modest? Anyhow, there was an isle where we swam ashore. There was where we met those beautiful mermaids. When we finally arrived there, I said hello to all of them. Their voices were so feminine that if you only saw the upper part of their body, you would swear it was a woman, not a mermaid. They all said hello in unison. Nevertheless, there one that caught my eye. She had long, black, lustrous hair with mesmerizing sky blue eyes. She had the perfect upper body for a woman, and if I was a fish, I would probably think her fish part to be sexy. She was the most beautiful creature I'd ever seen in my life. I slowly walked up to her and simply said, "How's it going?" "It's going swell, sir. How are you doing?" She responded. "Fine as well," is what I said. We talked about this and that, things like how mermaids had come into existence, as well as the history of mankind. We both commented on how beautiful and handsome each other were. She took me for a swim deep underneath the surface. She had to breathe air into me so that I didn't have to hold my breath. We were approximately 100 feet from the surface when we arrived inside a sunken ship. Somehow I could breathe inside this sunken ship. She grabbed my arm and brought me to an enormous room. This room had treasure chests occupying every space. We opened just a few. And found all types of gold and silver. And all sorts of precious things. My facial expression was nothing but shock and bewilderment. She kissed me and said to me, "My dear, all of this can be ours, if only you stay here with me." I would love to, but I can't. I have to go back to my ship. I thought about whether or not I really wanted to stay or leave. Finally, I had decided I will stay, my love. I said. She grabbed me and drew me in her arms and gave me a bear hug and then kissed me. We both decided that we should swim back to the isle. Indeed, that is precisely what we did. When we surfaced onto the isle, we both let the other sailors know that I was going to stay here with these mermaids. At first, they were all flabbergasted. Eventually, they realized that I was serious about staying here. The next day, all the sailors left except for me, and they all said their goodbyes to me, as well as to the mermaids. While saying their goodbyes to them, I shook all their hands. Within an hour, all the sailors were once again aboard their ship. They all told the captain about my decision. Evidently, the captain didn't care for the simple fact that the ship never turned around to come back and pick me up. For the rest of my life, I lived on this isle with these mermaids. We ate all sorts of seaweed and aquatic wildlife. We both got married soon after the ship left to go back to their home port. We both grew old together and bore children as well. But before we knew it, it was our time for death to take us. We both died in each other's arms. We died happily. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my poem. And I hope everyone's having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, late, early morning. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye for now.